Morning children. Today we are going to study Geography chapter 4, Minerals and Power Resources. In today's class we are going to discuss about the distribution of mineral resources in India and power resources. In India there is a large concentration of minerals and they are unevenly distributed. The Chotanagpur region is considered as one of the largest concentration of mineral deposits in the world. From this map, we come to know about the distribution of metallic minerals such as iron ore, bauxite, manganese, copper, gold. These minerals are unevenly distributed and they are not concentrated in one place. From this map we can know where is iron ore found. You can see in this map iron ore is found in Odisha, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana. Then we have Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. In the same way we can find it out where are the regions where bauxite is found. We can see in Tamil Nadu region, in Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh. So these are the regions where we can find bauxite. So you can see there are various minerals, metallic minerals are found in different parts of the region in our country. So you can see that it is unevenly distributed. It is not concentrated in one particular place. So moving to the other metallic, non-metallic minerals, that is, in this diagram you can see there are distribution of minerals, that is non-metallic minerals. We can find mica, we can find limestone, we can find dolomite. So these are non-metallic minerals which are shown in this map. So mica is found in the Andhra Pradesh region, that is in black dot. You can see it. It is not in. It is found only some parts of our country. Then we can see the limestone, that is with the red dot. We can see in the Chhattisgarh. We can see in Odisha. Then we can find it out in Jharkhand, and we can also find it out in the Rajasthan region. Then we have Karnataka region. So here we can see that these minerals are found, non-metallic minerals are found in these states. Even you can see the dolomite is also found in Madhya Pradesh. Then we have Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. Then we have in Karnataka, Rajasthan. So these are the regions where we are finding the dolomite. So these are the minerals which are found in India. So moving to the other features, that is, we have power resources. In every country we need power resources for the development of agriculture, industry, transport and communication, and the distributions of various power sources is highly uneven, that is not equally distributed, it is uneven. Whether it is minerals or power resources, they are unevenly distributed on the earth's surface. The power resources are of two types. There is a flow chart here which is presented in front of you. You can see that energy resources are divided into two parts. That is, one is conventional sources of energy, which we call it as non-renewable sources of energy, and in the second part it is non-conventional sources of energy, which we give another name as a renewable source of energy. So in the previous class also we have discussed in the first chapter what is non-renewable sources and renewable source of renewable sources. So you can understand from the meaning what does it mean. So in the conventional sources of energy, what are the examples or what are the things that comes like coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear fuels, that is called as the conventional source of energy. That means they are in limited form and they can get exhausted. In the similar way, in the opposite, that is non-conventional sources of energy, the examples that are given, that is sun, wind, waves, tides, that means these are the sources that is having a huge amount of resources that will not be exhausted, that can be renewed again and again, that can be used again and again, and it is eco-friendly. So these are the examples which are coming in a non-conventional sources, or that are the terms which comes in the non-conventional sources of energy. Moving to the differentiation between conventional and non-conventional sources. Conventional sources of energy are those sources which has been used since the earlier times, that are being used from the ancient time. And here it is, non-conventional sources of energy have generally been identified in the recent past. That means non-conventional sources have been found recently, that means it is invented or discovered in the future generation, in the recent times, in the present situation. Conventional sources, they are exhaustible except hydro energy, and non-conventional, they are inexhaustible. Here exhaustible, that means they get finished very soon, that is exhaustible, they cannot be renewed. In the same way, non-conventional, they are inexhaustible, they are not tired, that means they cannot be finished, they are unlimited. Conventional sources, they can cause pollution when used, as they emit smoke and ash. That means whether it is coal or oil or anything that emits pollution, they add pollution to the atmosphere. Whereas non-conventional energy, they are eco-friendly, that is pollution free, they did not have any harm to the environment. In the conventional, their generation and use involve huge expenditure, that means a huge amount of money is being utilized for extraction of minerals, whether it is coal, whether it is mineral oil, they need huge amount of money to excavate from earth's surface, from under the earth. And it is in the non-conventional, it is low expenditure required, very less money is required for these types of energy. And conventional sources, it is very expensive to maintain, store, transmit, as they are carried over longer distance through transmission grids. Here it is in the non-conventional, it is less expensive due to local use and easily maintenance. So what are the examples of conventional sources? We have just dealt now, that is coal, natural gas, we have firewood, water, and even in the non-conventional sources that is recently developed, that is geothermal energy, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, biogas, nuclear energy. These are the non-conventional sources which are found. So we will move on. What are conventional sources? The main source of the conventional sources, which is, you can say, an important, and it has been from the ancient time, is about the coal. Coal as considered as the basis for the industrial revolution in Europe, and it is the most abundant source of power, that means it gives energy or heat which is being utilized by other industries, and it is also being used for the domestic purposes. And it occurs in the layers of the sedimentary rocks. And there are 4 varieties of coal, that are pit, which you can see in the diagram. Pit is there. Then we have lignite. We have lignite here. Then we have bituminous, and then we have the anthracite. But you can see that there are 4 divisions which are being found in the coal, that is pit, lignite, bituminous, anthracite. But the pure one, which is a good quality of coal, is the anthracite. It is a good conductor of electricity, or you can say coal is widely being used to generate thermal electricity. So you can say anthracite is a good conductor of electricity or good coal in all the 4 stages, and it is seen that there is distributions of coal reserves which are found in the world also. It is unevenly, coal is not concentrated in a particular place, it is unevenly distributed on the earth's surface. You can see here it is a chart or diagram which is shown that which is the ranking about the coal, that is China is the highest, you can say, production of coal. Then second we have India, then we have United States of America, then we have Australia, Indonesia, Russia. 7th position we have South Africa, Germany, Poland, Kazakhstan and other countries. So you can see in this diagram which are the first position, you can see China is in the leading producers of coal, then we have India, and then we have United States of America. Here you can see in the diagram. So you can see these are the countries which are at the leading producers of the coal. And we can also see that there are huge quantity of production and export of the coal, because coal is being used for many industrial purposes, not only for industrial but also for the domestic purposes also. Now you can see in India there are many regions which find coal, that is we have a huge quantity of coals are found in many parts of our country, that is in India. So it is being given with a dot showing that which are the important regions where the coal mining areas are. So you can see in the first one it is here it is Singrauli, okay, Singrauli, that is in Madhya Pradesh. And then we have second in the, you can see in the second we have Bokaro, that means coal mine areas is found in this region. Then we have third Jharia, that is in Dhanbad. Then we have fourth Raniganj, that is in West Bengal. Then we have Korba in Chhattisgarh, you can see here Korba in Chhattisgarh. Then we have Talcher, that is in Odisha here. Then we have Singrani, it is in Tamil Nadu, not Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and in Naveli in the Tamil Nadu region. You can see the picture how it is being seen. So these are the coal mines of India. So you are well familiar where it is located, so please remember where it is located. Moving to the other feature, that is petroleum, that is the non-conventional sources of energy. So you should know where it has derived from. So petroleum or mineral oil is derived from organic materials trapped in the layers of sedimentary rocks. So where is sedimentary rock formed? Sedimentary rocks are formed by the volcanic eruptions and they are being solidified, and then we are getting the sedimentary rocks. So they are being trapped in the layers of the sedimentary rocks. And we can see that many oil fields or mineral oils are located along the margins of the young fold mountains or in the coastal areas, or you can say offshore regions, that means where there is a edge of the formation of fold mountains, and near to the sea coast we will be finding the oil, that is mineral oils are found in these regions. And there are products like petroleum, diesel, kerosene, wax, plastics and lubricants are obtained by refining the crude mineral oil. That means from the mineral oil we get these products like petrol, diesel, kerosene and many others. And the byproducts which are being also used, that means mineral salts are being also used for chemical fertilizers, synthetic fibers, drugs and many others. That means drugs means it is being used for medicinal purposes, because every medicines have some or the little some of the drugs, so that is being also being used for the medicinal purposes, and petroleum is also called as the black gold. Moving to the regions where it is found, you can see that there are found near the Persian Gulf, and the main producing countries are Saudi Arab. You can see the picture, it shows it is a very large quantity it is covered. So Saudi Arab is at the first rank, then we have Iran, then we have Iraq, then Kuwait. You can see in the diagram also which country is the leading producer or main producing country of petroleum, that is Saudi Arab, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait. Then we have United States of America, and we have UAE, then Qatar, then many other. Now we have come to know many other reserve oils which are being found in other parts of the world, that is in Russia, Venezuela, China, then we have Indonesia, Egypt, Libya. So these are the countries where we are finding the petroleum. Moving to the other energy, that is non-conventional source of energy, that is natural gas. So what is natural gas? Natural gas is a mixture of gases which are rich in hydrocarbons, and all these gases are naturally found in atmosphere, whether we are talking about methane, whether we are talking about nitrogen, whether we are talking about carbon dioxide. Every gases are found in the atmosphere, but some of the natural gases are also found deep inside the earth near the solid surface or liquid, where the hydrocarbons beds like coal and crude oil are also found. That is not only in the atmosphere, but also we find natural gas deep beneath the earth surface, that is beneath the earth. And these natural gases is widely used as a domestic and industrial fuel, and the largest producer of natural gas is USA, and the producing countries which are Iran, Russia, Netherlands, China, Iran and UK. So we have dealt about only 3 of the resources, that is of non-conventional resources. In the next class we will be discussing about the hydropower and nuclear power. Thank you.